Hi, I'm Ultra Salty Dan. This sounds so weird because we got a camera there, a camera here, and I don't even know what we're doing. So, I'd like to do a video about introducing myself. I say introducing, reintroducing myself.
Allow myself to introduce myself
to the, I guess, racing community. We've been around for a while before, and so I thought we'd just dive in, because now you might have seen me on, I don't know, you see me chasing Rory down, or he's chasing me down for daily races. You see me in Sparks' 200 lapper, you see Rory 200 lapper, you see me in people's streams in the chat. You know, I'll jump into Rally Rob's chat, I'll jump into Barley's chat, or whoever's chat, or Wench's chat, or whatever. I'll just try and jump into as many chats as I can, and you'll probably just see the name Ultra Salty Dan. So this is going to be a little video about me, basically like a deep dive into me. I know this is all about me. It's a video about Ultra Salty Dan, but we'll just go through like a few things that, you know, I thought instead of just doing a, well, here's my setup video, this is me, blah blah blah, I thought I'd do a little background information on me, just so you have like, I don't know, 50 pence of what I'm all about. So we'll dive into a little bit about me, why I race with, what games I use, where it all started from, and things like that. We'll go from my first setup pictures to my setup now, and as it goes along through the way, little things like that, little things I've done on YouTube before. So yeah, so I hope you enjoy, and I don't know why I keep clapping my hands, because it's stupid, but yeah, we'll have a little deep dive into me. So you may know me as Ultra Salty Dan. I also use other names on the sim racing thing as Jeffrey Dennington. We'll explain all that in a bit too. So we're Ultra Salty Dan, Jeffrey Dennington. That's what we use for our main stuff. So you may be asking, why do you use Jeffrey Dennington if your name's Dan? Well, simple. I came from a fighting game background situation. I don't know which camera to look at. Which one should we go for? We'll go for both. So I came from a fighting game background with Killer Instinct. Well, I started with Killer Instinct back in the arcades. We used to do Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, all that stuff, but we took it seriously doing Killer Instinct, which I'll show off stuff in the background now. So the name, I know that doesn't say much, but so the name Jeffrey Dennington come from Virtual Fighter. So I'll put a picture with Jeffrey from Virtual Fighter 2 is Jeffrey, and Dennington is simply because of Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. What can I say? It's Chester, one of the greatest vocalists of all time, in my honest opinion. So yeah, so it's a tribute to him with Bennington, a change of D for Dan. So Dan Dennington, so Jeffrey Dennington, that's where Jeffrey Dennington comes from. So I've been searching all through internet history to try and find out more about me, clips about me doing my fighting stuff, clips I've done for my world records and things like that, so we can show you where we come from, where we started about. And hopefully now when I'm in the chat, you'll know a little bit more about me, or when you see me racing or streaming, or if I'm streaming as Jeffrey Dennington, if I'm streaming as Ultra Salty Dan, if I'm playing Race Room, if I'm playing Gran Turismo or whatever, you know, at least you have a little, I'd say 1-to-1, because me and you, it's 1-to-1, even though other people could be watching, probably like 100 people if that, but who cares? So yeah, so there's a little thing about me, and hopefully you just get a little insight into me. And so we started off playing Killer Instinct. Now Killer Instinct was my game, Killer Instinct was my jam. I started with fighting games with Killer Instinct, that was me, that was my jam. Not a big game, but thing. I joined NBA, which is Manchester Battle Arena, after a 9th place event at the UK KI World Cup event in Birmingham. That was epic. I loved that. So now we'll just go to show into little things about me in the background where I'm actually doing live events. You'll see me on screen.
So we're going in. Dan has his hat on. I don't know what that means.
Wizard gets 4th place.
That might mean he's being serious.
It might not.
The one picture, well, I said the one video with me in my hat is the one the wife loves with me. I don't know why. She just loves that still picture of me, which is on there. So I'll show the video footage for that. But here's me representing Manchester Battle Arena. Even though I'm Welsh, Manchester sucks. So yeah, so this is me at now Hype Spotting 6. This is me fighting Legend, and this is the whole point where Ultra Salty Dan kicked off. So I'll shut up for this bit because Ultra Salty Dan was born in this moment.
We just got a stick drop, and the headphones have been thrown as well.
We do have some rage.
We've got so
people.
much rage.
But commiserations to Cymru, you know.
So on this, I lost to my boy. I had a proper meltdown live on fake. They didn't show that bit, but they cut me after. I threw my £190 stick on the floor. I smashed my headphones like Total Wolf style. They just got shattered all over the floor. And the best thing is we were sharing a hotel room as well. Was it awkward? No. Was it hell? But because it was all things. So yeah, that's how Ultra Salty Dan came about. Sulking, showing off because I lost in a tournament and I finished 8th place. We started making some clips. So this one is my pixel of life. As you see, if you touch me once, I am dead. That's it. Done. But nope. Thing. So after all little things like that, we started the UK scene properly for Killer Instinct. We started doing Mr. KR UK and doing live events on YouTube. So this is just a few of them. This was the European Challenge, where as long as you're in Europe you can compete. We had the European Challenge because we used to go in the American side of things as well and participate in them on a weekly basis. I'll show you a little bit of that in a bit. So yeah, so we dived into that. We then started making Mortal Kombat X because Mortal Kombat X came about. Started making 50-50 mix-ups. Which is you have to make the opponent guess high or low if you want to carry on the combo. So like this is like basically a full life bar from one full combo if you have the resources, making them mix up once. So as you see, his life is dead if he guessed wrong. So he's dead in like 2 hits if he's guessed wrong. Do the same with Scorpion as well, 60% meter hit. Yeah, you make him guess. You make him guess a specific point if you're going to go high or low. If they block high and you go low, you do the combo. Easy little things like that. So then we start, like I said, we'll go back to the USA things now. We used to take part in the 8-bit beatdown. They're trying to find all this footage is terrible because as I've gone through all this now, it's all gone. It's just internet history archive now instead. It's kind of sad when you think about it. Like something that was a big part of your life back in the day is now just internet archive history. You know, it's a bit sad, but we used to do all things like that. And then once we started doing all more KI things in the UK, we started up having like beef with Robin Hoods. Shout out to Gaspan. So this is me doing like, we started doing like interviews and stuff and things like that.
Dan, good evening, sir.
Up, man.
How are you?
I'm good. Nervous.
Don't be nervous, mate. Don't be nervous. You're not normally nervous, so don't worry about that. Anyway, listen, welcome, and thank you for coming on to Killer Convos.
Having me,
so
man.
let's get into it, really.
See how young I look here. See, we have my dedicated arcade set up on the side. This is where, yeah, we're looking back, you know, like, oh my god, did I actually look like that? That is so cringy. At least now we got a beard, but back here we was like clean shaven and stuff. So we're just diving into a little bit of history about me. That's that. So you probably had enough about me talking about Killer Instinct and fighting game stuff. Let's dive into the sim racing things. We started off with the Sega Classics. We done Sega Rally 3 online. We was online with this most days because this was what I loved playing. I loved arcade games. I was brought up in the arcade, so I liked arcade style games. So here's some videos of me being #1 or top spot, world record, whichever you want to say, for a few Sega Rally things. Sega Rally 2 we had some records for. Now for Twin Galaxies, we had to make sure you record everything, putting your disc in, your controller, everything to make sure it's legit, because obviously there's no online leaderboards and stuff like that. So you had to film it all perfectly. We got Sega Rally 1, well, original Sega Rally. We got Guinness World Records for them. I don't know if it's still active. I've not really checked, but there's that. We then started diving into more when PS4 came out then. So now we're like, right, Drive Club VR, we've got a world record, or have had a world record for top of the leaderboard there. My main game mode was Dirt 4. Now Dirt 4, I had probably about 20 world records or top spots or whatever you want to call number one on the leaderboards for Dirt Rally using the Lancia Delta. We've done it with the Focus, we've done it with, I think the Escort was on there maybe. Basically there's loads of different cars, loads of different tracks, so we'll try and do it there. We used to do it manually as well, so we'd have manual with clutch, not just shifters. So that's how popular we are. We had a world record for V Rally 4. As you can see, we had a 2-minute 26.485 for this one. This one was shot because I didn't realize I had this one until I clicked on leaderboard and I was like, oh my god, I just beat it. I was like, I have a V Rally 4 world record. How sweet is that? One of my favorite arcade style games is Art of Rally. So again, you can see we come from a rallying background. We had triple screen setups then at the time as well. You can see we're elated for this because I loved it. It was brilliant. I love this game. So as you can see, I came from a rallying background in racing, not sim racing style, but like rallying. So to me, it's me against the clock. That's it. Not other people, me versus the clock. Can I beat whatever the time is? There was no, ooh, I need to overtake people, or I need to do this or the other, or I need to set my brake balance because it's a 5 and stick it on traction control 0 because that's the way the fastest racers are in Gran Turismo 7 and all that stuff. So we did things like that. Then we started doing challenges then for Can You Beat Me? The Can You Beat Me, we'll show you some stuff in a bit, but this is a perfect video. We go on speed runs, post it up on there, and people would challenge you. So we put things like, you know, can you beat us? And then as you see, the guy's like, yep, I can beat you, with a winky face. So it was all like fun banter between people in Dirt 5 and all that stuff as well. But again, it's, can you do it again? So people uploaded videos, tagged me in it, and they're like, oh, I beat your records, can you beat me? This is a Can You Beat Me started along. So Can You Beat Me ended up being a nice little challenge thing. But can you do it again? Can you do it again? Over to you, fella, over to you. We end up having a few goes on WRC9. So as you can see, I kind of messed it up right at the end. I'm thinking, oh no, it's gone. What an idiot. What kind of an idiot does that? But to my surprise, I'm like, oh my god, look, I actually did it. I think we had some of the top spots in there as well. I don't remember which ones. I just taken videos from my feed and stuff. So yeah, there's like top spots for that. So as you can see, rallying was my sport, was my racing game to go for. Rallying was it for me. That's where I got my thrill. Beating people's times. I'm there, I'm quiet, I'll reset. But rallying can be a lonely game. In racing, first one we chose, Race Room. Race Room, oh, I loved it. I love it now. I don't know why, everything just works. It's not over the top expensive. It is expensive, but it's not over the top iRacing expensive. So yeah, we used to do ranked races. We even made our own little thing, as you've seen in the top of the corner, one up there. There we go, that's better. What a stacked freaking lobby that was. Finished fourth, we're happy with that. We know it's like Ultra Sighted Dan's freaking Race Room ranked races. You see we done some, I can't remember what cars it was, but we got like top spot in these as well. So again, I was taking my rallying time trial things and putting it to Race Room. So we got good. We qualified for the ranked Race Room GT4 events. This is the split we was in. You had to have enough points, enough reputation, enough everything else, and then you had to be picked as well from some whatever thing it was. But we managed to get into that, and on this one we come third. So it was like, oh my god, we got a fully invitational ranked room, race room, ranked GT4 thing, and we come third in the event. So I was like excited for that. I'm like, okay, we're doing the right thing. Everything's going gravy. Everything's working out perfectly. We're all right. We're kind of good. We're not the best, but we're good. So I enjoyed race room so much that I made my own app for it. So this is the flag app, as you can see if I put it up in the top corner. I don't know how well it's going to come out. I'll put it now on the screen. Basically, whilst you're racing, you go into Sim Hub, and I made the app where you could put your phone up wherever you wanted to do, and whatever the flag was, it would show on your phone. Just something for the immersion side of things. So we started doing things now where, like, I didn't care about what I was putting out. I was just doing it for fun. I was doing it for a laugh for me and whatever. We never took it seriously. So I'd like to show you now my Idiots of the Week intro. So here we go. Idiots of the Week. Such a balance, such a balance, such a balance, you're a balance. Such a balance, such a balance, oh, 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 you're a balance, balance. Balance, ooh, you're the balance, 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 yes, you're the balance of the week. We'll go into slow motion. As you can see, we're going to come around the outside. We're thinking, okay, what is he doing? Nope, he's going to be one of them who's just salty AF. I thought I was salty being ultra salty Dan, but clearly he's salty because whatever's happened to him. We're thinking, right, okay, what are we going to do? And then just slams the brakes on and just freaking, yeah. So, yes, cringe, I know, but still, I was enjoying myself online, you know. I was like, I didn't care. People comments all the time, like bad things and whatever, and it was like, off a duck's back, it don't care about me. I'm just there having fun, having a laugh, and calling stupid shit out like this. So, yeah. So we decided then we're going to invite. Okay, let me pause this a sec. We're going to dive into sim racing properly. We found a couple of lads from one of the other races I did. So we joined them, and then we did Axiom Sim Racing. Now, Axiom Sim Racing I loved. There was a nice little league we had a pro league, a pro-am league and stuff. There was like a load of people in there, so we jumped into league racing with that, which was on ACC. So again, sim racing style, I enjoyed doing it. It was fun. I didn't press play. There we go. So I enjoyed everything. It was fun for me as well. But what I like doing more is I like just making videos. And I might not come across now, but I like just making videos rather than doing live streams. So for the Axiom Sim Racing, I did the replays live. So I did commentary, I did the graphics things. You know, I tried to make it entertaining as possible. Little things like that. We'd have little previews, taking the piss out of everyone, and things like that. And first of all, it was a joke, like just messed around, and everyone loved this. So we started making more and more. So if you do manage to want to see any of these stupid videos, they are stupid. I'll be fair, 100% stupid. But go to Axiom Sim Racing and watch the preview events. They're just called Axiom Sim Racing, and then preview videos. And it's just me being stupid, but with the people in the races. So something happens, we do like a stupid video for it. Things like that. I thought it was a bit on edge, but you know, good enough. But people seem to love them, so we just kept making more and more of them. So now we was doing all that. We was trying to live our life. We was doing all these things, and I was working from 6 o'clock in the morning. I'd leave the house at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I would get back at about 7:30 at night. So I was doing like 13.5-hour days. So by the time I come home, I'd have my bath, spend time with the missus, have food, and before you know it, 2 hours like that's gone. It's like nearly at past 9, 10 o'clock. I gotta be up the next day in the morning. So that took a toll on me quite a bit, and the Rocky stuff there kind of helped me out, which is why this is important to me right now. The Rocky thing's important to me. I'll let it play and shut up.
But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
So, from the videos you can see, I quit my job. I couldn't do it anymore. It was taking its toll. I was never spending time with the wife. Then she would be working weekends. So that's when I could do all my content and stuff like that. Everything just took a toll and I had enough. I'm like, right, something's got to give. And it was basically the whole of YouTube side of things. Racing, doing videos, doing rallying, everything just done. Cold turkey, that was it. I just couldn't do any more. I was burned out. Done. I'm done. Everything went up in the attic. All done. And then I had time to myself. After a while then we started going into, as I say, I got my dream job. I went into VR development, and the rest for me is history for that. I was a happier person. What else do I say? I took a bet on myself. I took a chance on myself. It paid off. For me, that's what always life is about. Is as long as you're happy, it doesn't matter if you've got millions of pounds, hardly any money, it doesn't matter. As long as you're happy and you survive, then so be it. Everyone finds their own little things to make them happy. To me, it was that. Being though we were happy and we had time to ourselves, we started getting back into watching stuff again. And so we started getting back into, I miss sim racing. Let's get back into it. So we started watching YouTube stuff again, and someone who got me back into sim racing was Redken Racing. Now you probably don't know who that is because his channel's gone now, but it was someone we used to help all the time. His videos would come up, or his live stream would come up, and we would jump in his chat straight away, and we'd just be like bonding and stuff. And that sounds really weird, but you probably feel like it when you're in Rory's chat or Spark's chat or Hoggy's chat or Wench's chat or anybody's chat. You know, you feel like you're a part of it. And so I would help him out. We made him faster. We ended up started doing a Mini Cooper League with a lot of people in it. That was brilliant, but that slowly started me bringing back into sim racing and things like that. That's what got me back into Gran Turismo, more arcadey style, not 100% serious until I found out now. That for me, that was it. So that's how we done everything. So once it slowly got me back into sim racing, we went straight back to Race Room, and as Ross put up in a picture now, like I said, I've been making this video for about 2-3 weeks with all the footage. So this is from back end, so you can see right at this moment in time I was 92nd in the global overall position and 10th in the UK. So with 447 races thing, I think it's dropped down now because after this update some of the servers started crashing and you'd lose points and whatever. So I have no idea what I am now because we haven't really been back on there. But you can see we enjoyed ourselves again. I was enjoying racing again, and we decided to come back, and that's where we are now. Same with LMU. I think we got some LMU screenshots. The last time I recorded something else was we made silver, but now I think we're in a gold SR and a bronze DR because again we get crashed out in races, things like that. But we are waiting for PMR, and my other one is Rensport. Now I love Rensport. Rensport is, if you haven't played Rensport and you enjoy the daily races for online in Gran Turismo 7, you are going to love Rensport. Simple that. The way it's set up at the moment, and hopefully how it comes across on console, is imagine your daily races, but every week they change. But it's not just 3, there's TCR cars, hypercars, Praga cars, GT3 cars, GT4 cars, they're introducing other cars later on in the thing. But like the tracks will change every week. But so like you might have a TCR car at Nürburgring, you might have GT3 at Nordschleife, Prague at Spa or something. But it changed like every hour, so there's no waiting like for Grand Race, like, oh no, wherever the gap is. You have one event, you'll go straight to a different event. Last time I had a picture took up, I was 4370, which is a platinum rating, which I think at the time when I was doing all this, it was 4th, 5th on the leaderboards. I don't know why it's now, because again, we haven't been back on anything. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. That's a little bit Ultra Salty Dan. That's a little bit about Jeffrey Dennington. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on a track. What I'll leave you with now is pictures or little clips of me with my previous setups, or how we had it in the house and whatever. I'll leave you with that. One thing I will say is, for live stream kind of things, is we'll probably end up doing it through the days, and the evening not so much. But I wanted to get this, hi, my name is Video 8 before I start streaming properly. So it gives you a little backlight, is that the word, backlight? I don't know, back thing, a little introduction to me and everything like that. So my setup for now is in the living room. This is why when we were doing the 200 laps of Nordschleife, the microphone was off, because the wife is sat literally, so here's my setup here, which I'll show you a picture of, right next to the camera, that one there, hi camera. Next to that camera is the chair, the sofa, and then the big massive 65 TV is right in front of that. So if I'm trying to live stream, gabbing on with a microphone by ear, seeing her, we watch TV. So that's why we're not going to really stream in the evenings, unless she's working late, then we can. So that's my setup. I'll show you all my previous setups now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to like and subscribe and all that jazz, do so, feel free. And I guess I'll see you on a track or in somebody's chat. Shall I talk about... I'll talk about some of my pictures first, is it? We'll keep the video going. So this was my first ever sim racing setup. It was a Logitech G29, triple pedals. We had a foldable table, and as you can see, there's a camping chair there, right in the corner. We ended up, the table was too low, so we ended up putting the TV on boxes, playing Gran Turismo Sport back then. And yeah, so that was my setup. So if you think you've got a setup or whatnot and it's not very good, or I can't race because of thing, this setup I was winning races in and setting some world records in too. We then ended up buying a play seat, so we bought a play seat and attached it to there, and we put the little TV on the side, so it was like right in front of us. You'll even see the old iPod shuffle up in the top, which is what we used to have for when we'd have music on, so we could sit in the chair. And when I was rallying, I done it all visually through the game, not listening to sound. That may sound stupid because you want like gear changing and shit like that, but for me, putting music on, which is kind of what I do now when I'm racing, just helps me focus more, because I'm trying to sing the song in my head, I'm trying to listen to the music, and it makes me focus more on what I'm seeing. If you take away your sound of everything, you can see more ahead of where I needed to go. So that was why the iPod thing up here is up there, so I'd listen to my music as I'm doing racing. So there you go. Even though we had a big TV setup, that was a little tiny setup by there. Back in the day. Oh, so funny. When I look back, it's like, yeah, that's what we started on, man, and I absolutely loved it. So there we go. There's our main setup right there. Then we moved up to, me and the missus got together, then we moved in, and this is my next setup. So we bought the Playseat Challenge, we had it in a corner. That TV there duplicated what was on the screen, so whatever's on the main screen would come out to that screen as well. so she could see what I was playing whilst I was thinking, because she was obviously interested in what I was doing and stuff. Like, so if I show a picture now, there's in a different spot but the same situation, you can see what's on the main screen, and the little screen would show stuff. Then we got rid of all that big desk setup, and then I started having the setup over here on the right. But this was there where I had 2 PCs, or one was a laptop, one was the PC, and I love, like I said, I love my arcade racing games. Daytona USA, brilliant. So I managed to set up a network play for me and the wife. If I can enhance the image, I will. I'd be on the right, she'd be on the left, and we would play Daytona USA for like hours on end next to each other, chatting. She had her own little setup in the corner, and I had my little setup. So yeah, it was, she loved to race with me, so that's exactly what we did. Then we go to my setup. Then we'll change it to that way around. So we had my setup. Then we had, first of all, it was just one screen, which kind of that one, that's my new thing. Right, so then we kind of went to a dual screen setup with on the top, that's it, we had everything. Playseat challenge, we went and got a T500 RS, I think it was. I think so, with the LOADCELL pedal things at the back, whichever one I was. That's what we set most of our records on for Dirt 4. Dirt 4 obviously we showed earlier, all our world record stuff, we set all up. But that's, if you're thinking, oh, I need a Fanatec, I need a DD wheel to set records, or you need a DD wheel to do racing and stuff, you don't. It's just whatever you end up preferring to have now. Those DD wheels are better now, yeah, but years ago, or a few years ago even, you know, everyone was on a T59, not T59, everyone was on like a T500 or the T300 or the GT29 or GT293, whatever it was, all that. So there's that. Then we got a new chain set out, we went to one big massive screen instead, which was this one here, which is now a 55-inch TV. We had the 32-inch on the side for when we're streaming stuff. We had the tablet up against the table, so we could use SimHub stuff, Crew Chief, things like that, with the Discord and everything up, whatever we want, didn't have a TV in it. And now this is the setup. Now we have it's quite changed. So now we have a 4-screen setup, timer thing for chat on the right hand side and everything. So we'll do a little video for that now and go through it. So here we go, we have a next level racing cockpit setup. We have the MOZA R5, and so this is our setup now. We have the 55-inch, the 32-inch, as you can see, we're literally in the living room, as I said. Cameras there. We have a homemade desk. I like making my own stuff, so I made a homemade table. The Wi-Fi password if you ever come to my house. And our setup's like that. So yeah, this is our setup now. This is what we're using now, right in front of this camera, right in front of this camera now. This is the setup we got. Stuff on the walls. So yeah, everything's nice and easy, cozy, compact. Wires are tidied up and everything. So that is a little, oh my god, we got the 40 minutes now. That is a little video intro for me and all about me. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the streams, or I'll see you in the chat. Take care, bye bye. How do I end this video? We started with Slim Shady. Hi, my name is Facecam.